Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name is Alison and today I'm going to share with you how to make something with your little pot of happiness die set. So this is a gorgeous little die set. Ruth has made this and she shared with me all the items to share it with you. Absolutely gorgeous, and a secret little message as well. So joining me today is Alex.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
He likes to see all these projects as well, I see. So what are we going to do? I'm going to talk you through everything I've got on the desk now is what you're going to need to make this little project. So let's start, is it? First thing we're going to do is make the mechanism. So we're going to start with, not that one, these 3 dies. So take your craft pick and just make this opening slightly bigger. We couldn't make the opening any bigger with the die because it would have had to be a mil bigger, which would have been far too big. So we'll do the same on both. It just makes it a little bit easier to pop a card through. So take your strip that's got all the score lines on it. So that'll be this die. There's nothing for you to score. Everything is scored here. You just need to fold along the score lines. So I'm folding right into the centre of the score lines. So we've got a little C, and this then will sit through this little rectangle. So try and keep your rectangle straight, because otherwise your ends are not going to come through as easy. There we go. Can you hear that popping through there? So just pull each one through gently until you get to the bottom. So there is our mechanism. So the next bit, we've got 2 small fold lines on the side, and we're just going to fold those backwards. Same on the other side. There we are. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue right between those 2 fold lines and squeeze them together. This is part of the mechanism right in the centre. If I hold that, you see the mechanism inside? It's the white bit at the base. There we are. So that is what we're starting to make. So fold them back, they're all okay. Haven't got any glue on the other pieces. This then is going to feed into this part. So this is like a little pocket. So let me get the dies that I've used. So that's cut the pocket, and then the centre is cut out using that die. So try and get that nice and central, so you've got an even outline all the way around. Let me pop those back. And again, the score lines are all in place for you. So just fold gently around these score lines. So what would you use this little pot of happiness for?
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to the audience then. I was fascinated by what you were doing.
Everybody.
I quite like the idea of putting some flowers in it.
Some real flowers.
Nice. With there's one in the front there that's got the white and green with the yellow flowers. I think it'd look quite nice to put that.
Oh, there we are.
Pull it back a bit out.
There we go. There we are.
To put some nice flowers in there with those flowers in the background.
Lovely.
I think.
That would be nice with flowers from your garden, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Or where you've got the ice cream ones, maybe fill it with, like if I was giving it to my daughter who loves her ice cream and sprinkles, maybe get a couple of the different sprinkle packs.
Oh, yes.
To put inside it.
And the nice big twirls that go in there.
Yes, yes.
So like that one, where you've got the cardboard ones on the side.
Yeah.
You can get the real ones, or your flakes could pop inside.
Yeah, fill it with little just any ice cream topping.
Absolutely. Oh, nice idea there, huh?
Yeah, I'm not just a pretty face.
No, you're not. Good job I asked him. Okay, so all my sides are folded, and we're just going to pop a little bit of glue just to hold it together. So only a small drop on each corner. If you go a bit mad, it doesn't matter. So give that a little pinch as well as the other corner. Oops, get them right.
So you definitely go wet glue for this one, Al?
I would go wet glue, only because I'm a fan of wet glue anyway.
Okay.
If you find these are squeezing in together, pop a craft pick inside so you've got something to press on. Or even a paper creaser, whatever you've got to hand. It makes it something inside that you can press against. There we are. So that's all made. So the next bit now, this mechanism sits inside. So just pop it in and that is it. So onto the back of that, I'm going to pop another pot shape. So we've got two pot shapes here, and this is the smaller of the two, and this will go inside the box. I've always been a fan of wet glue because I think it gives more longevity to your project, because no matter what tape you're going to use, it is going to dry out eventually. But it depends how long you want your projects to last. Some projects we don't make to keep forever, do we?
No.
There we go.
But I wonder how people do keep... So if they get a nice card of someone...
Oh, inevitably people keep them.
I wonder if anyone's got any tips on how to keep them looking great. Whether it's not putting them on display, maybe framing them. Frame
them, or you could keep them between acid and lignin-free paper.
Oh, right, okay.
That's the way, because then the glue doesn't deteriorate as much then.
Oh, okay.
It's the same as your photo albums.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay, so there's one side done. So the next bit now, we're going to pop the other side onto here. So we're doing exactly the same as we did last time. I'm just thinking I had made it bigger then, but I did. So take your time as you're doing this, because it can be a little bit of a tweak needed. Obviously, the more times you're pushing it through, the end of the card gets a little bit frayed, and it does become a little bit more difficult. There we are. But not impossible. There we are. Come on. Be nice. Nearly there. It's just that one little corner. There we go. So even if you look at it and you think, oh gosh, my corners are a little bit mashed, don't worry about it, because you are not going to see these. On the last fold lines then, you're going to fold. And these are going to be glued together. There we go. So, a little bit of glue in place. And they are popped together. So the next thing now, we're going to pop this in place, which is your larger of your pots. So that's that one. And we've also cut two of these. Where's my little die? So if you can cut the two together, or place this die on the two together, you know you're going to get it in exactly the right place, which is what you're going to need. So again, be central, make sure you have even sides going all the way around, and then you know when I put it together, these pieces are going to mirror each other. like that. So if you can glue them, if you can cut them together, I would advise that. There we go. So the next bit then is this small little die. So that's that one. Again, all your fold lines are in place. Start in the centre and fold. Pinch that together and then work outwards. And they mirror each other. So you've got a mountain in the middle, 2 valleys, and then 2 mountains on the end. So when you look at it, you get that sort of shape. Oh,
there
we are. It's hard trying to get it so you can see the shape that I'm seeing. Little bit of glue in the middle. So we're just going to pinch those 2 pieces together. Give it a little minute. This then is going to place around exactly where you've glued the last lot of tabs. So we'll pop a bit of glue in place. You can tape it. There is nothing wrong with taping this at all. So I've gone over all the surfaces. So that is directly over the tabs that we stuck the first time around. And then just give it a little pinch. If you find you've bent this bit of card, it's not going to matter. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. Okay, so that is our central mechanism. This slides up and down. And we'll pop the rest together. So I'm going to glue some of my pot together because it makes it easier. So we have the front. So we've cut the lovely wording into this one. You are blooming lovely.
I love that.
Blooming lovely. So again, we've used the large pot front. Exactly the same as we used with the slit, but no slit this time, just the wording. Then we've got, let me find this die. We've got the small rectangle, which is the pot base. And then we've got the larger rectangle with the tabs, which are going to be our pot sides. So I'm going to pop the base in place first. So fold your 2 tabs. And a little bit of glue along the front. And pop those together. There we go. And the same with the back. So you're building the pot again. So if you didn't want to put the mechanism inside, ignore that hole. This is exactly how you would make the pot. So we're going to take our side pieces and I'm going to pop these in place. There we go. Wipe any excess glue away. Last one. There we go. And that is our pot basically constructed. So you can see how easy this is. And that could be a pot. Maybe you have got a fresh bunch of flowers or you've got a little pot plant. This would be perfect. Okay, let's start. So I'm going to glue back panel first. So we could bring those up and glue them, or we can leave them. I leave them till after so you can see exactly what is going on. So gluing this in place now, we need that mechanism to continue to move. So we're just going to glue around the outside. Don't put any glue near the middle, because otherwise you're going to find it's not running as you want it to. And this then, providing you've cut everything straight, your two slits in the middle will line up together. So that's that one. We'll bring up the sides now.
Such an easy box to make, isn't it?
It is. Once you know how, it works together really, really well.
For such a complicated looking mechanism.
Yeah. I think the mechanism is amazing. Jodie loves something a little bit quirky, a little bit that you wouldn't think of. Right, let's do the other side first rather than bring the front up. Think what I'm doing now.
I mean, I know we use this word a lot, but you wouldn't get another box like this, would you? That's me trying not to use the word unique.
Absolutely. I don't think I've seen this in a shop anywhere to buy. You know, if you're a crafter and you do have a craft stall, this is going to be something very special that you're going to offer your customers. So the next part now, we're going to glue gently around the outside, and that is going to pop into there.
What would you call this, Al? Do you think this is more of a gift box or a 3D card?
It depends what you put in it, I think. I think if you've got a card, I don't think you need a card with this though, Al.
No.
Because you can put, when I come to it now, you'll see you've got your little message that you can write on the back. We've got like a little plant, a name tag for plants. You can put your message on there. You can write on the back of it.
Yes.
So I'm kind of positioning my tabs as well as my inside at the same time.
It's quite nice to have those, like even if you don't make the mechanism box, you could get it set just to have the extra ice creams, flowers.
Absolutely.
Like you can never have enough flowers, can you?
Oh, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Right, I'm going to press that for a second. There we go. Give it a few more. There we are. So that is really cute. And then your little mechanism runs inside. So the next part now, I want to put my message on. So we're going to go back to Ruth's here. And Ruth's little mechanism pops up. So the plant name tag you get is an oval, but Ruth has made it into a circle. So she's taken a plain plant holder and she's just trimmed it. So she's cut away the edges so that the circle will fit on top. So a lovely little idea. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue just on the top. And she's also given me one that I can pop on the back as well. So you never want to show how your workings out are. Always keep people guessing. Nobody would know what's inside there now. And then on top of that, we've got Hello You. Little bit of glue all over. So make sure you're relatively straight. You can put this in at a quirky angle as well. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So this now, I'm going to bring the mechanism up. Oh, my glue is coming down. Take a little bit more time to glue than me. So I am going to glue to the front of this rectangle here. So pop some glue on the base. And that goes inside. So you are actually gluing this to the mechanism that you put in the first place. And that allows it to slide up and down. So then we've got our flowers to add in. So Ruth's given me a lovely little pack of flowers here. And these are all included in your set as well. You've got some large blooms, you've got some tulips, and you've also got some small flowers here. Well, let me bring them over so I can show you. So you've got your tiny blooms, you've got a smaller bloom, you've got, oh, my tape is holding all these really well. And you've got your mahoosive bloom. That's a pretty big bloom. But on top of that then, you also have your tulip. So lovely ideas, nice embossing detail as well on the tulip. But this, although we've made a flower pot out of this, you can also make an ice cream carton. So let's bring this one in. So there is, oh, go that way. There's your ice cream. And again, your mechanism is in the back. And it's made in exactly the same way, although you're adding ice cream in the top. But we've left this one open. So if you didn't want to put the sides on, then you don't have to. Entirely up to you. So let's decorate the one that we're making now, is it? So your leaves are here ready. There's your leaves. Hang on, let's take this off.
Just a slight change of just changing the ice cream just makes the set so versatile, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, you've got those chocolate curls to go in. You've got your sprinkles on the top. You've got your chocolate sauce or your strawberry sauce.
Your little stars.
Everything is in there. Yes, your sprinkles. Lovely. I mean, this is just fabulous. You know, in the launch, Laura said about using it for children's parties and invitations and things, didn't she?
Or instead of gift bags.
Absolutely. You know, if you didn't want to put the mechanism in, just fill it with sweets, put them all into a little plastic bag, tie them up and send the children home with these. They'd be over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. So we've got some little petals to pop in the centre. There we go. And it's finished off with a nice little sequin. So I feel as though this could be your garden. You know, it won't be long now before we be crafting in the garden again, because I have missed that. The only thing I would say with these, I would probably glue two together, as Ruth has done there, just to give it a little bit more strength. And the same with the little pop-up mechanism with your wording. Glue two together and you've got a stronger element then. So there's our little flowers. So you can glue them that way with your flower on top. Or I'm going to do the same as Ruth has done and she's glued them the opposite way. So the leaves are coming out from the flower. A little bit of glue.
The type of flower would you say that was, Al? You're good with your flowers.
Oh, what would I say this was? I would probably say something like a dahlia because it's a nice big bloom.
He says knowing
you
what a
love
dahlia
a flower.
is.
You love a flower. Dahlia. You can have a dahlia if you want to, Anne. But these could be sunflowers as well, couldn't they? You could put a yellow flower with a brown centre.
Yeah.
And it could be a lovely big sunflower, I reckon. So last bit now, in the middle. Make sure you don't obscure your opening at the back because you don't want it to affect where the mechanism is working either. Let me just give that another second to hold. So none of these are affecting this space and everything still works. So we've got a couple of small flowers we can dot around the edges. There we are. And then we've got some teeny tiny ones as well. So we can pop these up here. Or we can put them on the front to add more decoration. And that is your little pot of happiness. I can't wait to see your makes. So there we go. Hello you. Yoo-hoo. Don't forget, share your makes with us on all our social media platforms and join us again for more crafting.